wanna text me, but your pride tryna fight.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome to my YouTube channel if it's your first time being here. My name is Leah, and as you can see from the title, today I am going to be talking about something which is a bit different from what I usually talk about or do. Like, I normally do the fun stuff, but this is just something that has really been upon my heart to actually talk about this whole week. It's just been really bothering me, and I just felt like I should really talk about it on my channel. And I feel like this is just a topic that in my country, Zambia, I'm mainly talking to the Zambians in this video because this is where I've seen this happening the most. I am not sure about Algeria. I don't know much in that sector about this country. So in Zambia, this is something that is not talked about. Yeah, maybe it's mentioned on Instagram here and there, on Twitter or wherever, like, but it's not something that's actually talked about, like, to actually help people, you know. So I just decided to bring this out and just maybe help somebody and just try to create awareness. Yeah, mental health is one of the most important things in a person's life. Somebody has to be right mentally to be able to go through things. To be able to go through your academics, you have to be mentally right. To be able to go through marriage or just work and other things that you are really just up to with your life, you really have to be okay mentally. And it's just really broken my heart to see how many young people in Zambia just in this year 2019 have actually committed suicide. Because for me, I believe that for somebody to get to a point where they commit suicide, it's like, what were they going through? You know, it's like, yeah, everybody goes through things, but for you to get to a point where you have to kill yourself, like, what is it that you were going through? And it just breaks my heart because, you know, people go through so many things and they don't actually tell anybody about it. It's the same thing when these people commit suicide. The next thing you start hearing is, oh, what was this person going through? Because everybody does not know what that person was going through exactly. Maybe rumors will start to come out, or maybe it was because of this, or maybe it was because of that. But at the end of the day, we don't really know exactly why that person decided to commit suicide, because there's so much that everybody is going through in their own lives, like whatever is running through their minds, the experiences they've been through, things that have happened to them. They don't talk about those things to anybody, and the moment that they decide to come to a conclusion to say, I'm going to kill myself, it's like, for them it's gotten too much. Like, for them it's become too much. It's something that's become unbearable for that person to continue. Imagine not wanting to live anymore. Guys, life is nice, but for somebody to get to a point where they're like, no, I don't want to live anymore, I'm going to take my own life away. I just feel like it's so much that people really go through, and everybody has gone through things. Everybody is going through things. Even the people that are here today with us right now, it doesn't mean that if they haven't committed suicide, then they're not going through anything. That's not true. The person next to you is going through their own issues. People have been through things we do not actually know. I just want us to be really nice to one another, you guys. I just want to ask us to be really nice to one another, because some of these mental issues are just things that are built due to things that are said to people. Maybe somebody keeps feeding on your insecurities. Maybe somebody just keeps talking about something that you know you're most insecure about. Maybe it's how you talk, maybe it's how you walk, maybe it's how you dress. But then, like, people keep talking about that same thing every single day. You go to school, your friends are constantly reminding you that you don't dress well, or maybe it's academic performances. There are people who really it's just hard for them to get through certain things, but other people just want to keep talking about that person that way. You just want to make them feel down, and you just keep preying on whatever it is that makes that person insecure. You really do not know how much you're eating up that person. You don't know what they're going through deep down, because that thing you're saying about that person, you don't know exactly how far it's come with that person. And we're not supposed to be in such a position. I know each and every one of us has been somebody who's added on to somebody else's depression one way or another. You can't be there and tell me that you're perfect. You never said something bad to anybody, because the thing is, we don't even know. Sometimes you can be thinking you're saying it as a joke, but at the end of the day, only that person knows exactly how they're going to feel about it. It's not all the time that people actually say to you like, okay, no, that made me feel bad. There are people, yes, who are open in that way, whereby when you tell them something bad, they can actually tell you to say, no, I wasn't happy about this. But it's not everyone. Most people actually just listen to you say all those things and they just go home and feel so bad. It's like everything keeps piling up. And mind you, you're not the only person that person is ever going to meet. Let me give an example. Maybe it's how somebody talks. They talk to you the first time, you tell them, ish, I don't like, why do you talk like that? Stuff like that. You're not the first and last person that person is ever going to meet. They'll meet somebody else, they will tell them about how they talk, and another person and another person. Can you imagine how many times that person is going to hear about how they talk? And some things are like things that somebody can't change. It's things that somebody was made that way, like they can't change how their body was made, but you keep wanting to body shame that person. You keep trying to remind that person that their body is not nice, or that they don't have this, or they have that's not good about themselves. It's really not in our place to do that, because we don't know the kind of impact that we are actually having on other people's lives. And some of these people who commit suicide, if we actually got an opportunity to ask them what exactly it is that they were going through, we would be surprised, because it's these simple things. It's like the small type of bullying that we do to our friends. Bullying is not somebody comes to you and hey, what. It's not like that. It's always the small things that you tell people that deep down in that person's heart, it does not sit well with them. It makes them feel more insecure about who they are. Those are the things that even cause depression. In the long run, people even end up deciding to do things like committing suicide. I just want us to be really nice to one another, guys. That's all I'm asking, because it's really just broken my heart to see how many people have died. And I'm not saying that all of them who've committed suicide is because of things that were said to them. Maybe others, it's experiences that they've been through. But at the end of the day, the fact that you don't know what somebody has been through does not give you a right to say anything bad to that person, or to just talk about, because trust me, every person has been through situations that you would be surprised if we used to see through people's lives whenever we meet them. Trust me, we wouldn't even be as rude as we are to other people. We wouldn't even be saying that some of the things that we say to other people if we knew exactly what those people have been through. Let's also just be people who are going to help each other, people who are going to be able to talk to each other, because one thing about Zambia is the kind of homes that we grow up. Okay, I'm not speaking for all homes, but 3/4 of the country, as far as I'm concerned, we do not grow up with a relationship with our parents. It's like, if you grow up with a relationship with our parents, it has to be formal. It's like you only need your parents for the formal stuff, or you need money for this, you need money for that, or you need this, you need that. It's never really about the serious things. It's like when you're getting bullied by your friends at school, or when you're going through certain things, we don't have that relationship to come home and sit down with your parents and tell them to say, oh, me, this is what I'm going through, my insecurities and stuff like that. We don't do that. Like in Zambia, it's not a thing like that. If you grew up in such a home, you are very lucky, but this is not everybody. This is not how everybody grew up. And I really just want to encourage us that we are the ones who are the youths now. And as we are growing older, let's just try to be those parents to our children. Let's just try to be the type of parents that are going to make our children comfortable for them to talk to us. Let's create that type of friendship that we did not have with our parents, to be able to talk to our kids. Let them be open and just share whatever it is that they're going through, because I feel like being able to talk to a parent about something that you're going through, it like just takes the load away even faster. Like, it doesn't even have to be your parent necessarily. It just feels so much better after you say it to somebody. Sometimes it's even just friends. Let's be there to actually listen to each other, not just for the sake of listening, for the sake of juice, so that that's what this person is going through and stuff. And it really just breaks my heart to see that even after somebody commits suicide, like, people can still be nice. Recently, there's a post I saw on a named page on Instagram, and they posted about somebody who had committed suicide. I'm not going to mention names because that's confidential information. And guys, like, when I saw the comments, I was so disappointed. Like, somebody was going through so much and they decided to just end their life. And even after that, people still can't be nice. I think I'm going to take a screenshot and just like leave it somewhere here so that you guys can see that I'm not making this up. Somebody was legit like, good boy, for killing themselves, like for committing suicide. Somebody literally says good boy with clapping emojis. I was honestly very disappointed that people can actually encourage that, because you know the thought of suicide is in many people's heads. Many people are going through things that they're actually even thinking, maybe I should just kill myself. When somebody stumbles upon a post like that where somebody committed suicide, and in the comments there are people cheering that person on, what's the other person who's thinking of doing the same thing going to do? They're going to go ahead. And another person went on and said something like these chaps or these youngsters, it was probably because of a girl. Like okay, yeah, maybe for other people it's outrageous for somebody to kill themselves because of a girl, but we face things differently. Some people face rejection differently. Some people don't eat when they're rejected. Some people even resort to committing suicide when they're rejected. We are different people. It's not in our place for us to sit and judge another person because they decided to commit suicide because they were rejected. For them that was heavy. For them that was something they could not take. It's something they could not handle. And yeah, maybe that's the story, you know, to say maybe it was because of a girl and stuff like that, but you don't know all the other things that person was going through. Maybe just the fact that there was also that thing about a girl, maybe just added on to the many other things that person was going through that you did not actually know about. And we're not supposed to be in a place to judge. Worse off, after somebody has even died, people still have the guts to say bad things about that. We really just need to change our mindsets. We really just need to be people who will be able to be there for each other. And let's also be open and speak to other people. If you're going through things, trust me, the line is so cliche that a problem shared is a problem solved, but that is so true and it really works. And honestly, if you're anywhere near me, if you're anywhere around me and you can access me, I am a very open person. I'm very easy to talk to. People who know me know that. And if you ever need anybody to talk to, you can talk to me. If you know of places where they offer like therapy sessions and stuff, like if you know a therapist, a doctor who does these types of things in Zambia, there are people who actually prefer to talk to somebody they do not know. So if you know of anybody who does these type of therapy things or a therapist and stuff like that, please do leave their information in the comment section. You never know who stumbles onto that information and actually finds help, because that's what we are here for. We are just here to help each other get through the things that depress us the most. Because honestly, it's just really sad to know that people are going through so much in their lives and they can't take it, and they go as far as having to commit suicide. As we are entering the next year, I hope people may be able to handle their mental issues in a better way, and that's only going to happen if we, the people around those people, just create an environment where people can be able to handle those things. When I say those people going through issues like that, it's everyone, because everyone is going through issues. Just take it that the person next to you is going through a situation like that, and just be nice. Treat every person like they are depressed. That's the only way we're going to help each other. Treat every person like you know that they are going through a hard time. And yeah, that is all I just needed to say. I feel so much lighter that I've actually said all this stuff, because I feel like it's been eating me up the whole week, and I just decided to put this up. I know most of you were probably expecting a fun video, like always something to laugh about, but I just had to put this out this week. All in all, I just really hope this video was helpful to somebody. I just hope somebody got encouraged, and I hope somebody learned something. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much if you stayed to watch this video all the way to the end. I really just ask you guys, today I'm not even going to ask you to subscribe, but you can subscribe if you want, but the only thing I'm going to ask is that you guys really just help to share this video, or share it with whoever you can, whoever you know, whoever you think can need this video. Share it on your platforms, on Facebook, on Messenger, which is practically the same thing, on Twitter, on Instagram, on WhatsApp, everywhere, because you never know who needs to see such. And I really just hope somebody gets encouraged and somebody gets helped by this. And yeah, thank you so much for staying. If you watched this video all the way to the end, thank you so much. Give the video a thumbs up, and I will be seeing you guys on my next video. Bye.